Hello. Hello, hello, hello. All right. Hey, hey, what's up? What's up, guys? What's up? Welcome right back. I think that light is super. Check on. Oh, that's too bright. Too yellow. I think we can work with that. We can work with that. We can work with that. Yep. All right, give me a minute just to sort out my microphone. One moment, I will be right there. Hey guys, how are you doing? Please bear with me. I'm a bit late today because I have to run around and make sure I don't die of hunger in Dubai. So yeah, just sorting out my notes. I'm right here. Please say hi if you're tuned in already. Maybe you can leave a comment so that people know we are live right here. Una momento. One moment. My drink is right here. Hi, who is there already? Give me a high five, give me a wave as we go on to tackle issues that affect us so badly, you know? Yeah, I believe it's all super now. Are we? Are we? Okay. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome right back to the QTV by Lizzie Jogger. Hope you are all doing amazing. Hope you are all doing brilliant. It's your beauty queen right here again. If you're tuning in for the first time, welcome. There is an amazing, loving family right here awaiting for you. And yeah, this informed lady, we could say. Okay. More like it, more like it, more like it. Hello, everybody. So, welcome back to the QTV by Lizzie Joga. In this episode, we are talking about two topics which we are all going to cover in one go. Something is not set correct. Something is not set correct. Yes, yes, yes. But nonetheless, we are right here and we are all on schedule. Everything, I believe, should be perfect now. We are going to look at the key factors of how we are going to stay afloat in this United Arab Emirates. Let me try to set myself up very, very well. We are going to look at the 8 must-do's actions that you require when you are looking for a job in United Arab Emirates or per se in the Gulf in general. And we are also going to look at the top job portals and the sites which are going to help you in your desire to get a better paying job or to get you out of unemployment generally. So what should you do? I think I get a lot of inspiration from Donald Trump. Is a proof that you can be anything you want to be. It just depends on qualifications, and you could use a little bit of some luck to get through going. So once again, we are talking about the must do things to get must do things while you are searching for a job inside United Arab Emirates, and we are also looking at the 12 sites or means through which your resume could be a lot more visible. I mean, the entire bulletin is about not being at the bottom. And once again, if you're just joining right now, my name is Elizabeth Njoga. This is QTV by Liz Njoga is the name of the channel. And this is an information platform whereby we share with you information mostly relevant for you as an expatriate. I just noticed my hair needs a little bit of, I think we're good to go. So what should we look at? What should we concentrate on while we are, really? Is that what I want to say? What should we focus on? What are the 8 must-do things while you are looking for a job within the Gulf region? First of all, make your resume stand out. By this we mean don't have all these generic resume whereby everyone says I'm hardworking, everyone says I am outgoing, everybody says I work without supervision. All this generic means of writing your resume does not make your CV stand out. Therefore, an HR manager is swarming in resumes day and night. So there is no specific reason why a recruitment manager will want to look at your resume if it's all generic, if it's all about, yes, I am good, yes, I am hardworking. Of course, they expect you to be hardworking by the time they make the vital decision of taking you in as an employee. Nobody, in fact, even the laziest job, they will still expect you to be hardworking. Where there is nothing hard to be done, but they expect you to be hardworking. By this, I mean they expect you automatically to be willing to go the extra mile for the sake of the company. So make your CV stand out. Highlight the core things that will make you different from the other applicants. Whether it's a skill, whether it's an art, whether it's something different than the generic stuff of I am hardworking, I am experienced, I am educated, because all of these things, most of the applicants will be having them already prior to announcing their interest in the specific job availability in whichever company you are applying on. Okay, we get to the second point of a must-do thing is don't get complacent. When I say don't get complacent, I'm strictly talking about time. You will ask me how this works. Well, I'm going to tell you how this works. Complacency is the state of, oh, I still have tomorrow, I still have today, I still have this, I still have that. Let me tell you one thing. Within UAE, within United Arab Emirates, or maybe the Gulf in general, time flies. Time goes. You cannot even account for 1 year. I mean, the time really goes fast. So avoid complacency anytime you are looking for a job. Avoid complacency anytime you are interested in something that will lead you towards getting a job. So time goes fast, and take any time as a gift or an opportunity to better yourself, to go for that which I don't know how to put it. Take every moment as an opportunity to try and be the best, to try and claim the very best of any moment that you can make. Now we go on to the third point, which is take care of the notice period. Most of the time, by the time any company decides or realizes they need extra resources in terms of staff, you see, sometimes you're not staff. Let's just be honest. You are a resource. You are used for a particular work. Actually, the main reason why you're being employed is somebody will just keep you there and pay you for solving their problem. That is employment in a nutshell. So you're supposed to solve somebody else's problem or issue and get paid for it. So by the time somebody realizes that they have a problem to be resolved by you or any other fellow candidates, they know that they have a timeline to work with. So for this reason, take care of your notice period. Do not apply for a job that needs you to join next week when you know you still have a whole month of submitting your resignation in your current company or something like that. Well, we are now talking at the time of pandemic, which it doesn't really make sense because most of the people who desperately need placement are the people who are, if I could say, are people who are currently not employed. So it makes a lot more sense if you can apply for anything that will require you to take up the job immediately. Now we go on to the next point. Never let go of any opportunity. Sometimes you disqualify yourself that, oh, I am not qualified for this. Sometimes you just decide that this is not my thing. I mean, I always look at Donald Trump as my role model in terms of going for that thing that he wants. Now look at it this way. Donald Trump, nobody thought that he's worthy to be the president of US, and now he was, and he is in the ballot one more time. This goes to tell you that qualifications, believing in yourself, and a little bit of luck can get you somewhere. So if I see a job which deep down I know, okay, the qualifications required are a little more than I can put on the table, I still go ahead and apply anyway, because you never know. It's like they want somebody with a master's in a specific field while you have just your first degree. You can apply and actually get lucky. All right, so do not waste any opportunity that is presented to you. Now the fifth thing that we are going to look at is knowledge of the language. There is a lot of jobs that does not even require you to speak Arabic here in the Gulf. But if you are having this kind of experience or knowledge of Arabic, most of the time you will be considered ahead of that person who is not speaking Arabic. And that goes for any other country, especially let's take most of Europe. If you are in Germany, no, somebody who speaks German will be considered before you. If you are in Paris, somebody who speaks French will be considered before you. So therefore, it's very important to try and learn the language. So as you are also looking for the job, try to strengthen your capacities, trying to strengthen yourself in terms of your resume and what you can deliver, and knowing the language is very, very important, and it keeps you maybe 3 or 4 steps ahead of fellow applicants. All right, now we move on to the 6th thing that you should do while you are applying for a job, especially within this pandemic, is skip the middleman. There is a lot of middlemen. Actually, in this time that many people have been made redundant, especially here in United Arab Emirates. Let me now speak for UAE only. A lot of people have got involved with a lot of middlemen, and I also learned that they have encouraged companies who are hiring to sell jobs. Let's say a company is hiring and they sell jobs to a specific consultant or recruiting agency, whereby they will not hire anybody else who is not coming through an agency. Now what I can tell you is, if you see maybe Google search becomes the #1 search items for job. Okay, if you see that a company has posted on the job portal, they have posted on the panels for work that they need such and such person. Normally, as Lizzie, I would take the information, I would go directly to that company's website, because if, let's say, there is 1,001 portals which have posted the same job, of course they will consider those that are coming through their portal ahead of third-party sites. And you will agree with me that this works well for you. If you email directly somebody who is in charge, the boss, your chances of getting that job is a lot higher than if you go through an agent who will want some money before they connect you to the HR, and the HR is swimming in resumes. You do not want to be caught up in that. So it's always advisable that you try to avoid the middleman and go for the real person who is going to help with you getting the job ASAP. And we move on to the 7th item of what you must do in case you need to get employed as soon as possible within the Gulf, especially in this time of the pandemic. Now, the 7th item is network, 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 and more network. If you network, let's say you go to professional sites like LinkedIn. If you wake up in the morning and you visit LinkedIn first, other than visiting TikTok or maybe Facebook or maybe Instagram, it gives you another opportunity to interact with people of the same interest. You understand that if you are with people of the same interest, it is a lot easier for you to achieve your purpose than if you are with people who are not of the same interest. The same goes for everything. If you are a footballer and you want to hang around with people who spend their time in the casino, your interests are like south and north. There is no way. They actually derail you and put you away from realizing the very dream that you are trying to achieve. So network with the correct people. It always helps a lot. Really, really helps a lot. And now we go to the 8th item, which you must do while you are looking for a job, especially in this pandemic, is do not give up. You see, the time that you stay away and look for a job, most of the time it seems as if it's an eternity. Well, the truth is that it could actually be eternity based on the responsibilities that you have, based on a lot of things that revolve around you. And nobody can blame you for jumping onto the first opportunity that comes in. But look at it this way. Why would I take maybe a supervisor job for something that I don't know how to do when I know that I stand a chance of getting a better one if I don't give up? It's like now I'm aware that people are going to be hiring, people are going to be taking in others. I'm sorry, somebody is trying to communicate to me. I think that's a very important one right there. My apologies. It's very important to not give up. Most of the time you find that the time you give up is the time that your breakthrough is like this close, this close. So you do not want to give up. So those are the 8 things that you must do while you are looking for a job, especially after this pandemic inside United Arab Emirates, or if you like, the Greater Gulf. Now let's move on to the very vital part of this bulletin, which is the top job sites which you will need. You will need to hear this. I always write down all my data here with me so that the information that I deliver is as researched as possible, as helpful as possible at the same time. So here we are looking at the top job sites inside United Arab Emirates, or if you like, the Greater Gulf, because most of the Gulf region is very small. Therefore, for that reason, what works for UAE works for Saudi Arabia. What works for Saudi Arabia works for Qatar, and like that. So I have tried to look at the leading job search engines, of which Google goes without saying, and therefore Google did not qualify to be in this list because it is Google. Everything starts from Google, and you would agree with me on this. So the first job site that we discovered during this time is Dr. Jobs. Dr. Jobs, yeah. So they claim to post for immediate hiring. So if you are someone who is currently employed, maybe Dr. Jobs is not what you're looking for, and sometimes you are required to pay. And now I have come to respect these agencies that tell you your job is guaranteed, however you have to pay, other than sending 1001 applications to one job site that does not necessarily help you in getting the job. After all, I can count 1, 2, 3, up to 10 people who have sent applications from the time they lost their jobs. That is at the beginning of the, not the pandemic at this point. I think at the time when the international airspace was shut down, a lot of people were right there, and they started searching for jobs immediately, even though at that time there is a lot of closures for company rather than anybody hiring. Now, Dr. Jobs is there for you if you are within the Gulf. I would highly recommend. I have tried for myself, and all the lists that I'll be sharing here are sites that I've tried, and at least I've got a call back. If whether I was interested or not doesn't come to play, but I want to just test the compatibility. I want to also test the credibility of the site, and I also want to test the response. So Dr. Jobs is the first on the list. We still have the list going on and on, so I would appreciate your patience on this live broadcast. My name is Elizabeth Njoga if you are just joining in now, and the name of the channel is QTV by Liz Njoga, which also goes to represent the time which the channel was open, and the Q actually stands for quarantine. So it used to be quarantine news, and now we are on QTV by Liz Njoga, whereby the Q, the rest remains silent, because it's something that we want to stay here long after the pandemic has been dealt with. And quarantine is not a term that you would like to identify with on a day-to-day basis for the next couple of years, right? So the second one is Gulf Talent. Gulf Talent, they have free profiles. They also have premium profiles. Gulf Talent has a good reputation. I have personally sent a few applications from there, and I'm waiting to hear from them. What will happen? What will not happen? But in the end of the day, it's just important for me to know that they are actually responsive, and Gulf Talent is responsive. The third one is bait.com. Just the same procedure. You open up, create a profile, go on and write everything good thing you can write about yourself. Put on your best picture, looking all professional. They call you, they may not call you. Now, the bait.com has a reputation of keeping your profile for as long as possible. In this lockdown period, I believe around August, I have a friend who applied for a job through bait.com way back in 2018. Now, regardless of the fact that they were jobless, now a profile you created 2018, you're called for a job now. That goes to speak volume about the platform. It's something you want to keep active, but you don't want to put a lot of hopes in that. So this is just my candid advice when it comes to bait.com, but they are responsive. There is actual placements that happen through that platform. Okay, we go to Monster Gulf. Monster Gulf, if you subscribe to their newsletter, if you subscribe to anything about them with jobs, of course they will bombard you with a lot of emails. They will bombard you with emails day in, day out. Something was posted that matches your profile. Something was posted. Even though you have put your preferences, of course, they will always, just keep you there. Just keep you there. Just be sending you emails. Maybe, for example, me, I'm into events. I will say that I want an events job. But they will see a waitress tell me, Elizabeth, something matches your profile. I'm like, no. This doesn't match my profile. Can you be nice for a little bit? So we have Monster Gulf, and Nokri Gulf is the next one. This makes the fifth. So Nokri Gulf is also there. They do a good job as far as posting jobs, in real time is concerned. The jobs are up to date. You see some sites you can go and apply for a job, and you see this job was posted maybe 2 or 3 months back, and you find the job there now. So you tell me, if you apply for something that somebody has already finished a probation for this same job, and you want to put it on now for people to apply, it's unfair and it's an absolute waste of people who are employing time. But I don't say this is wrong, this is all right, but I want you to be aware that most of the time the jobs that they post are outdated. Yeah, that is the correct term. They may put outdated jobs for you to come and, for you to come and watch. Okay, there is DubaiJobs.net. This is another also very influential platform. It has a lot of real-time jobs. They have a lot of actual placements and hirings. I have not got a chance to apply for anything through this specific job platform, but I have done some research with friends. They have been called for actual interviews. Though there hasn't been a placement yet, it could only go to mean that maybe because of the pandemic. You see, some people can do a job posting now when they don't have intention of onboarding you maybe for the next 2 or 3 months. They're just trying to acquire the best talent in this time of desperation. So you could also be a victim of that. You could be a victim of a pre-opening of a hotel. Maybe they're not pre-opening until March 2021, but they are recruiting now. Before you start patting yourself in the back and say, oh my God, I got a job in this difficult time. You have to be smart. You have to know if something really works or if something really worth your time. You have to be smart about it. Okay, the next one is abentra.com. Abentra, I have personally applied here. They also bombard you with emails, but there is no credible callbacks that I have seen that I can speak of. But it's a good thing that they are there and they are posting a lot of jobs in real time. So if you go to the site, you find that this job was posted maybe 5 minutes back, this job was posted 2 hours back, this was posted yesterday, and they give you that option to check out all the jobs that have been posted from the time you last visited the site, which is a common tool for every search engine that I've seen so far. But nonetheless, they highlight this point. I don't know if it's to help recruiters or to help job seekers, but nonetheless, this is an option that they really sell out, in as much as they bombard you with emails of profile or a job suiting your profile or something like that. Now we have UAEjobs.net. UAEjobs.net is very, very similar to DubaiJobs.net. It's pretty much the same thing. In fact, even the coloring of the platform is almost the same. I don't know what to say. People are really copycats out here, but it's not in my position to attack or give an opinion about this. This is how they choose to run their platforms, and it's their discretion. They also post a good number of jobs. So we have Dubizzle. As you all know, Dubizzle is the 9th on my list. Dubizzle is an OLX company whereby you can sell your old stuff. Dubizzle is like a mall. It's like a mall that you find everything. So you will find jobs in Dubizzle. You will find classifieds in Dubizzle. If you want a house help, is in Dubizzle. If you want to sell your old furniture, is in Dubizzle. You find everything there. If you want to buy pets, if you want someone to take care of pets. But Dubizzle has a good reputation for very quick hiring, and most of the time is the not very professional kind of jobs, like the small time contracts. These are very synonymous with Dubizzle, and people who are looking, I would highly recommend Dubizzle for freelancers. For somebody who, maybe they have 3 or 4 days off and they don't want to waste it, they think they could be productive and make a little bit of cash. I will straight away send you to the Dubizzle, because the Dubizzle, there are jobs that you don't need a contract. You just show up and work, and tomorrow you don't even know each other. So that is available. And they also have long-term jobs. So I have tried to apply. Personally, I've not got any callback. All the list I am giving here, just to get you clarification, is places that I have applied for jobs. There is a lot more that did not make this list. So the main purpose of being here is because this is an information channel, and I just want to save you the time, thereby telling you what works better or what cuts out on your time for searching into something. There is no real reason for you going all around when you can go straight up, because what you want is right ahead of you. So that's why I'm simplifying the list for you, so that you don't get all confused. But if you are confused, I will directly send you to Google search, which is the grandfather of everything that we go about when it comes to searching for our jobs, when it comes to searching location, when it comes to searching recommendation and everything. Like, Google search is the grandfather, and that's on period. So the next one is LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn, if you have a normal regular profile, maybe I wouldn't recommend it for you, because LinkedIn, if you don't have the premium, it's like they intentionally suppress your resume not to get to the employers. And now with this time, people are a lot more desperate, so you find the same opportunity, a lot more people are trying to apply for it, which makes a lot of sense, because people are desperate. People have lost, the estimate of job losses is more than 1 billion. So you cannot blame people for being so desperate, for applying for everything. You cannot really blame them. Now, LinkedIn has been particularly unfair. I think they help you get jobs, and they also help themselves, because they only push for those resumes of which the owners are having how do I say it, of which the owners have subscribed to the premium option. So it means if you are not subscribed to the premium option, LinkedIn does not really consider, or is not really interested in pushing your resume. So this is where I always insist, and I tell people that your effort at the end of the day pays off. Really, your efforts at the end of the day pays off if you not just apply, but go the extra mile and search for the HR, because sometimes they leave their email addresses there. I have done it, and I got a call back, and I actually was about to be hired, but their package was far too low. So I told them maybe I could seek other opportunities in the future if you have availability. I did not tell them it's because of your pay is so low, I'm not willing to take it. So LinkedIn is a good platform, but you have to be on premium, which is expensive for an average job seeker who does not have a really high profile, let's say like an executive or something. If you are a waitress, I don't think it's worth it to pay that 170 dirhams to get a waitress position, because even if you get it in that manner, the pay that you are expecting from the opportunity you get is not going to suffice for the headache, for the hassle, and for the payment that you have paid on LinkedIn. And you know, if you apply today and pay and get a job tomorrow, you don't get a refund, which is not a very good thing. I mean, I like to take care of myself, so I wouldn't parade for that. But nonetheless, this is a good platform if you are willing to go for the premium option. Okay, there is a new one called Limoon. Now, the first time I heard of Limoon, I thought it is Limoon. Maybe it's not very synonymous to a lot of you. So the spelling is Laimon. Limoon. The first time I thought that Limoon was more of a platform to help people get their master's degree or PhD. I thought it was a place to help like strengthen your qualifications, to give you extra certification or something like that. But I just got to confirm that it's actually a job site. Now this one is straight up paid. This one, I think it does not qualify to be a job search engine. I think it qualifies to be a consultancy, because as soon as you apply, you will get a call. Oh, we got your resume, we got this, we got that. So that is how it works for Laymoon. And I am yet to try it. I just did not get the chance to pay that amount of money because I'm not really interested in getting a job. Just to put it out there, I'm not really interested in getting a job through them, but getting to pay for the purpose of my research to do this live video, I thought it was a little too much for me, because we are talking about $65. So I thought, why should I spend $65 just for my research? So in the meantime, I'm trying to get anyone who is already registered, who has subscribed and paid this amount, and try to have a one-on-one with them so I can get what really they are about. And maybe in the future I can add that on the description box. You know, I could add that on the description box, or I can put it on the comment and just leave it down there. Maybe after this live show, after this live streaming, you can always go back and look at that. The next one is Indeed.com. Indeed is actually the favorite for many people. It is the most loved. I have talked to a lot of people who lost their jobs, and their go-to platform for applying is Indeed.com. So I understand this Indeed, they have a very high interview call rate. They have it higher than any other people, which is a good thing. And I personally have applied through Indeed, and I've got 3 interview calls, of which those interviews I simply went to take videos and see how nice or not nice they are. Oh my God, I am not a vain person. This is a news channel, so sometimes I have to go the extra mile. Yeah, dressing up and going for an interview with no interest of taking the job, so that I see how they treat people. What are they offering? What is the procedure? Are they socially distancing? Are they looking at the principles or the guidelines that have been put in place to ensure that corona does not spread on to everybody? So it is my job. It is a full-time job, and I hope that YouTube will recognize this someday and just, you know, let me be at the top. Okay, the last one is consultancies. This is the 13th and the very final one. That means we are very close to ending the live cover. I told myself I'm gonna end it in about 30 minutes, and we are like 6 or 7 minutes after the schedule. I try as much as I can to make this compacted. I try as much as I can to give you the most compressed information in the least possible time, so that I don't take a lot of your Saturday afternoon, and I also try to deliver as much information as I can in the least possible time. So there are consultancies which they most of the time have sure jobs. For sure you have to pay, because they are people who employers approach them and they say, if we want cleaners, if we want waiters and waitresses, if we want healthcare staff, if we want construction workers. So they are known that they have talent pool. So the talent pool works this way: you go and register and pay. So anytime something that matches your criteria comes or matches your profile comes, they will just give you a call. So in my opinion, this is a very big gamble. This is a very big investment, but it's also what I would recommend. If worst comes to worst for me, if I decide to go that line of trying to get a job now, I will definitely go through consultants. That way I will save myself hours upon hours of not sleeping and staying online to look for a job. I will save myself a lot of this time if I straight up go through consultants and just apply, give them my profile, they see me in person. Normally they even assess you. They have like this open interview, you know, whereby they come, what is your name, I'm this and this, how long you have been in the Gulf region for this period, what is your age, what are your strengths, what have you studied. So by the time they send you a specific opening, they already know you, they already know your presentation, they already know it. And this, in my opinion, is the best. It saves you time, and it saves you a lot of headache, it saves you a lot of uncertainty, because the companies, maybe they have paid to have these jobs distributed through them. So this company will not come and sideline them after the company has already paid. So the company is expecting the best resource or the best talent from them, which they have to deliver, and they give you to the company, which I think personally is what I highly recommend, which is why it's the last on my list, and therefore the very fast and preferred option. I could tell you of a few. There is some in Sheikh Zayed Road in Mazaya Business Tower. There is a lot in Al Baraha, that is near to the Dubai Chamber of Commerce. There is the building that is near Union, I think near to the Etisalat Globe building. They have a floor there that have about 4 or 5 consultancies. There, they don't care what you are made up of. They see you as a talent, they assess you, they take your profile. And normally they tell you, give us between 1 to 3 months to get you a job, and surely they deliver. Most of the time the pay is not so good, because if you don't pay immediately, they give you the option that give us your profile, we will get a job for you, but maybe you pay it in a space of 1 year. Maybe it's 1,000 dirhams. They will tell you from your salary there's going to be a deduction of maybe 120 dirhams until you finish the amount that you owe us as a consultancy or as a recruitment firm, which I highly recommend that. So that is all I put together in terms of in terms of what? That is all I put together in terms of what you need to do when you are looking for a job in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, and also the top job portals and sites, which helps you a lot more to get your placements within United Arab Emirates. And the good news is that everything is opening up, so we will have a lot more opportunities to get the jobs. We will have a lot more opportunities because everybody is looking forward to, you know, beginning or starting up by the beginning of the year, that is 2021. Like for us here in Dubai, we are waiting for the Expo 2021, and that will be a very great and open opportunity for all of us. So I thank you all who have been with me all through this bulletin. I really do appreciate your patience. I don't want to take your entire Saturday afternoon. I plan to do this in a space of 30 minutes, and I see we are on the 41st minute. I really do appreciate your patience, and I see you're also going. So you can leave me questions if I still have a minute. What I can answer, I answer right now. What I don't know the answer, also I can always research and get in touch with you personally in response to the same. So I am waiting for your questions. I'm waiting for your questions. No questions for me? I guess that will be it, so that I don't take a lot of your time on this lovely Saturday afternoon. I have been your presenter right here on QTV by Liz Njoga. My name is also Elizabeth Njoga. I will be trying as much as I can to have live videos every Saturday. Yeah, every Saturday until further notice, at least until I have an actual job to do. So yeah, guys, thank you all very much. I really do appreciate your patience, and one more time, one love. Bye bye. And